Hey, how you doing? Austin Hilton here with another video, bringing you the latest and greatest on a really cool company called Senseonics. This is going to be a video where we're going to do a little bit things different here. I'm going to basically talk to you real quickly about the stock, what I think is going to happen with it. The stock's been beat up a little bit. It's been called a meme stock, and but I think there's more potential in it than that. This is a company called Senseonics. And you're probably familiar with them. It's pretty popular here on YouTube, quite a bit of chatter, quite a bit of videos. This video is going to be unique though. I really want to bring you an article. It's a really interesting article that cuts to the bottom line and kind of really distills down what I want to say about this particular stock and kind of what I think the direction of this stock is in the future. I think that Senseonics has a tremendous amount of potential and they can go the long distance. They can really be a great stock in the future. They solve a really dramatic problem. They are in basically they're helping diabetes patients with their continuous glucose monitoring devices. They've got some amazing technology, and I think they've just been kind of unjustly lumped in with kind of these meme stocks and all that kind of stuff. So I want to kind of cut to that today and tell you that I think that this stock is poised, and I think that if you're looking at a stock for kind of the long-term investing, maybe again north of 6 months, maybe 12 months, this stock could be for you. This is one that would make you good, owning it because of what the technology and what the company does. They're helping improve people's lives. They've passed a lot of products through the FDA. They've been around for a while. This is really a cool company, and so I want to talk to you real quickly about them. So that's what we're going to do in this video. So before that, we could do that. Of course, got to tell you that this video is for entertainment purposes only. You know that. And also, please, 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 if you haven't already done so, consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that bell notification, become part of my community. I release videos for you every single day, bringing you new companies, talking about stock predictions, and what I think some of these companies are going to do, which ones are good, which ones might fit within your portfolio. That's my objective, is very simply is to help you kind of find these stocks, and maybe stocks that you're not really familiar with, and stocks, and maybe shed a different light, okay? If you're looking for a video that's really deep dive, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, that's not me. There are plenty of other guys doing that here on YouTube, so go check those out. There's some really good ones. I definitely want to help, usually tend to shine a little bit different light on these stocks and talk about more of their business and more where they're going and what I think their stock is going to be in the near future, mid-future, and further out. I'm a buy and hold investor. I like to hold stocks for 6, 12 plus months, and I think that this stock right now trading at around $3.28 definitely has the potential to go up, I think, by at least 30+% by the end of the year. If we can kind of get them out of this meme stock scenario where where more people are taking them seriously, and that's what I want to do, is help you understand them a little bit better, and that's what we're going to do. So drop a like on this video if you get value out of it. Here we go. Let's jump over and jump to my desktop and kind of start looking at this stock and look at the news article that I found that really dilutes, it kind of dilutes the waters and kind of clears the path to kind of see what's what. All right, here we go. Okay, so I want to start off with their chart first, and then we're going to run over and we're going to look at this article that I found for you. So this chart, right now you're looking at Sensonic Holdings. You're looking at a 1-year chart. You can see that, obviously the bulk of 2020 they traded somewhere obviously in the like in the 30 to 40, 50 cent range, and then this stock really started to move a little bit starting in December 22. Really started to move up around Christmas, past 89 cents around December 31st. Volumes picking up as well, dramatic volume. Like right here, the volume was right around, any give and take, 1 to 2 million a day. And then volume started to peak, obviously. So what happened here was, around January 19th, hit $2.85. So up, obviously, right there, up 338% from just about a little under a month time frame, and the stock took a nice, continued to rise, leveled off, continued to rise here, and then reaching its peak, 52-week hold peak, $5.27 around February 16, 2021, and then you see the dramatic drop right here. This right here kind of coincides with the NASDAQ, kind of selling off, the NASDAQ doing its thing. So right in that period, we took a 42% drop there. But what I always like to do is kind of coming back. We bottomed out on March 5th from our peak. We took about 45%, and then immediately, let me get this, yeah, right here. So we dropped about 45%. No, wasn't that? I think that was the number, right? So let's real quickly make sure I had that number. 52%. My apologies. We dropped 52% in a period of approximately 3 weeks. That was that kind of the red days, the red weeks when the Nasdaq was doing its thing, kind of bleeding, so to speak. But then look, it bounced back real nicely, and it gained back in about 6 days. It gained back over 33% of that, and then it's just continued to kind of move around a little bit. And in the last 14 days, we've gained back a total of 32% of the losses that we basically gave back over here. And so I always like to kind of look at it from that standpoint. Is like how how did it weather that dip, and then ultimately, if you look at any stock recently, they all have this dip, they all have this dramatic dip, and they usually are bouncing back. So it's really positive to me that we're seeing that this particular stock is kind of reacting similar to that, and it's kind of now trading in the $3. Let's look at the last 5 days. It's trading in the $3, $3.10, and moving up a little bit. Right now, it's trading. It ended on March 19th at 328 holdings. Okay, so a really nice little stock, and I think that they've got some dramatic opportunities in front of them. This is not a fly by night operation. These guys have been around for a while. So what I want to do now is jump over and show you this article. I've already highlighted this article to kind of walk you through the most important pertinent steps. So I thought this article was really interesting. It's basically started off with, look, own a few shares of Senseonics holding to wager on life-changing technology. This truly is a company that has life-changing technology. And again, they are not a brand new company. This company has been around for quite a bit. It's been called a meme stock, but you should really know, again, not that it's not a joke. And I highlighted that for a particular purpose. So kind of moving on, I'm going to kind of read through this. I like how this particular, the guy who wrote this article, I like how he wrote it. So I really like that, this is kind of really tying up how I feel about the stocks, which is why I wanted to bring this to you almost verbatim. Usually don't do this, but I wanted to really bring you this article because I think this, again, really cuts to the heart of this stock and kind of its opportunities, and the issues around it, right? So basically he goes on to say, he says, look, I'm not advising you to load up on this stock. However, learning about Senseonics Pat's regulatory approval of its potentially life-altering medical technology, you might be motivated to take a small bullish position in the name. And frankly, cards on the table, I am absolutely going to do that. I am going to put some money into this stock because I firmly believe in what they are doing. I have some family members that are diabetic, and I think that this technology and what they're doing is very, very significant. And again, just to say it, I'm just going to keep saying this. This is not a brand new company. They've already been around this block. They've already got an FDA approval for other products. We're going to talk about that. So they already know all of these they're already there. They're already doing it, okay? So I think, again, you look at this from the standpoint of maybe taking a small bullish position. Do I know where this stock is going to go? I have no idea. I think that this stock could easily double. It could go from three to north of $6 in 12 months. Like any penny stock, this thing could be $17 in 12 months. We just really don't know. It's been beat up. And we're going to continue to talk about it. So let's do that. So the problem is that some folks want to take a dismissive attitude towards Sen stock, maybe because it's considered a penny stock because it's trading sub $5. So M. Corey Goldman, I think he's with Goldman Sachs. I believe, I can't remember if that's as funny if his name's Goldman and you go with Goldman Sachs. I think that's where he's at. But anyway, he basically called it that, and the author says, look, I don't think that it should deserve that kind of a moniker, right? He basically says, look, it should deserve some more respect, consideration. What I like about the author is he's actually not slamming this guy. He goes on later to say, hey, look, I realize that he's kind of, that the individual who called it a meme stock is kind of it's kind of being lumped in with some of these meme stocks just kind of because it is a penny stock, and it's, again, not really that. So I like that. It's a very good article. By the way, I found it on Investor Place if you see that, right? This is where I spend a lot of my time. Okay, so let's take a closer look at this stock. So what's undeniable is the stock is capable of moving very far, very quickly. We saw that. in the chart. I mean, look at the 1 year chart, right? I mean, they were trading in the 40 to 50, 40-cent range, and they went all the way to a peak of, $5.27 from in a period of approximately from December 22nd to February 22nd. So December to January, February, a little in a couple of months, right? So that's a lot of movement, and that's a tremendous amount of movement. At the end of 2020, the stock price was still under $1. We saw that change dramatically earlier this year, 2021. Mid-January, we saw that, and it went all the way up to 285, all the way up to that peak of 556 plus in February. And we always usually see a retractment. I mean, you guys have been watching stocks probably like me for a while. Usually you see a retractment, and it's pretty much inevitable. We pretty much kind of saw that, right? It definitely, we saw that retractment. I don't think it's all just a kind of a normal retractment from hitting that high. This right here, this little part of this was absolutely kind of that 3 to 4 week when the Nasdaq was having tremendous red days, things like that. So I don't think it's all that, but that is kind of partly that retractment that we see. Okay. So you can see that, look, he says predictably the stock cooled around March 12th, right? We see that. So kind of looking at right here, right around that March 12th, it's definitely cooling in that range. That's where he's talking about. So again, if you've been kind of watching this stock, you have an opportunity potentially to get in a very favorable price point now, right? Look, if you kind of look at if you take this out of the equation and you look right here, we've got our trading in that $3 range right here. We spiked up, we dipped down, we bottomed out, and now we're kind of trading in that similar kind of trough, right? And I think that could be an opportunity if you're looking at this stock from a long-term buy and hold scenario, taking a modest bullish position on this. I mean, again, I'm not telling you to go out and sell the house and buy the stock. I think depending upon what your particular risk threshold is. I mean, this is a volatile stock. This is a penny stock. But to buy at $3.20-30 a share, this is one where you could take however much money and just say, hey, look, I'm gonna park some cash here and take a bullish position because fundamentally this is a good company with good products, things of that nature. Okay, and that's really what I like what he's saying. Okay, so he basically says he should also mention that Senseonics trailing 12 months EPS is around negative 77 cents. The long-term shareholders will definitely want to keep an eye on its EPS in the hopes it'll turn positive in the near future. So here's where he talks about the product. Again, I've already kind of done some due diligence, but I thought this was a really good article about this. They're a medical device maker. I've already mentioned that. Its main product is a continuous glucose monitoring, a CGM system called SENS. You can go look it up right now. You can see that it has a pretty impressive track record. Okay, you can go check out the company's investor presentation if you so choose. Here's what makes SENS unique, okay? And how it could have a major. This is really important. SENS is a very unique product, and number two, how it could have a major positive impact on diabetes patients and other users of CGM systems. Okay, so this is right here. Just the list of first and only features should impress any prospective investor. Again, I thought this was just to the point. This is why I brought it to you just straight from this article. In particular, among the CGM systems, SENS unique features, according to the company, include this. I'm just going to read them. A sensor that's MRI compatible. I mean, wow. Lasts for months instead of days. Okay, just think of you, or if a family member had diabetes and needed one of these monitoring systems, it lasts for months instead of days. A transmitter that is removable. It does not require self-insertions. It has a sensor. It has a fresh adhesive patch that's gentle on the skin. It has on-body vibe alerts for hypo and hyper warnings. 8.5 mean absolute relative distance. I don't know what that means, but obviously that's impressive. Not a medical doctor. Okay, I think that these are things that they are doing different than their competitors. I did a video just today talking about nano dimensions, and a lot of that video is around how that company has what I call disruptive technology, how they have technology that is better than their competitors. This particular list to me is a disruptive list, i.e. it's disruptive to competitors of SENS. That's of that product. Sensonic owns ever since that's their product name brand. So anytime I see a company doing it better, cheaper, in this scenario, obviously it's a better product for their customers. It's that, to me, that's a disruptor. It's my word, but it's a disruptor to the competition, which I think is very, very impressive from the standpoint of a potential stock investment. Okay, it kind of sets them up for the long haul as a company and a product, because they have disruptive technology that's going to disrupt the marketplace and make it harder for their competitors to do as well as them. And that's why I like this list of first. Okay, so again, just a meme. He said, look, and the article saying this, the author, I'm not offended by Goldman calling Sense stock a meme. He's just reporting on the Reddit-fueled short squeeze frenzy of 2021. He says, but he doesn't believe that Senseonics should be lumped in with other high-flying stocks. The company has a perfectly viable business, and any increase in its share price is justifiable. And right here, this is important. Importantly, Senseonics has achieved a number of regulatory milestones with Eversense, and it will continue to do so. For example, in 2019, Senseonics was granted MRI compatibility for Eversense by the FDA. Okay, MRI compatibility was also granted for Eversense by Europe's Conformité Européenne. I'm assuming that is the similar FDA-like compliance organization in Europe. So that's an impressive thing. This shows to me this is not a fly-by-night company. That's an impressive thing to get FDA approval and to get the European FDA commensurate approval. Okay. So, moreover, this year, Senseonics anticipates approval from both the FDA and CE of its new 180-day sensor. So they are going through these regulatory processes. And guys, to get something approved by the FDA takes a lot of money, a lot of time. This is a big deal, okay? So, again, the bottom line is, he says it's time for the investing community to take Senseonics seriously because the company is achieving significant milestones and offering the promise of improved outcomes for patients. So this is truly a really, really, really cool product. So a few final thoughts before we wrap up. I like this company. I like this stock. I've been looking at doing this video, guys, now for a couple of weeks. And I had struggled with this video because I didn't really have a good take on what I wanted to say, okay? Because here's the thing. This is a penny stock. It's sub $5. This is a stock that's been called a meme stock. It's been, banted around. They announced their earnings. Their earnings were okay. You can go check out other videos on what their earnings were. But they had a tough 2020. And I think that they are poised and looking good in 2021 and beyond. Do I think that you should go out and mortgage the house and the farm to buy shares of Senseonics? Heck no, don't do that. I think that this is a good company with a great product that has some what I call disruptive technology, right? It's a positive thing. They've got cool stuff that helps their customers improve their quality of life. They've done the FDA thing and continue to do the FDA approval and the CE, the FDA commensurate organization over in Europe. And I think that they're doing some cool stuff. And I think that you should maybe, if you're looking at picking up this stock, look at it from a risk standpoint. Take a bullish stand. Buy some in the $3 range. We saw that it's we were kind of in these troughs, these $3 troughs. We went all up to $5.82, whatever our 52-week high. We dropped back, and now we're kind of in that. I mean, I think this. Here's what I do think. I think that worst case, you're not going to stand to lose a lot. Don't mortgage the house, and don't put all the kids' college fund in this. But take a bullish position, a small bullish position. And just kind of ride it out and see how it goes. Maybe I might look at putting maybe a couple $1,000s in this just to kind of to have it in it, because I believe in what this company is doing. I believe in their technology. I believe in their products, and I believe that their technology is going to help save lives and all that kind of stuff. And I think that that's really a cool thing. And I think that overall, if you're looking at investing in this company, you should look at investing it from it's a 12-month plus more play, right? It's not a I'm not a day trader. I say that all the time. If that's your jam, cool. Hey, more power to you. It's just not how I roll. I'm a long-term growth investor, and I think that there's opportunity here. I think that this company stock is undervalued, and I'm not arguing about technical analysis and fundamental analysis. That's not my point. I'm talking about just kind of, I think that there's room to grow. All I'm saying. So I think that this is a good one, and I think that this one could go big. This one could be, in 1 year it could be a $6 stock. That's going to take it from 3 to 6. It could be 9. It could be 12. I have no idea where this one's going to go. I wish, and that's, I think, part of the reason it took me a while to do this video is because I usually like to kind of have a guesstimate or an estimate or kind of where I think these particular stocks are going to go. And this one, I just couldn't put my finger on. And so when I found this article, I thought it was just a crystal clear view of what I wanted to say, how I wanted to say it. And I might do more videos like this where I find articles that I really, really like that kind of sometimes put my words, into some semblance. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a like if you did. Show me that you like it, and because I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. And I'm going to quit rambling now, and I'm going to sign off. And so I'll see you in the next video. Until then, hey, subscribe to the channel, become part of my community. Love to have you here. Hit that bell notification. I release these videos for you guys every single day. I'm here for you. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.